Call to order this regular council meeting of the corporation of the township of Brunel and Dr. Raglan. This fourth day of September 2024 at 7 p.m. Roll call. Councillor Banks.
Yes.
Councillor Capel. Here. Councillor Keller.
Here.
Councillor Quad.
Present.
As we gather this evening, I'd like to acknowledge on behalf of this council and our community that we are meeting on the traditional territory of the Algonquin people. We would like to thank the Algonquin people and express our respect and support for their rich history. We are extremely grateful for their many and continued displays of friendship. We also thank all the generations of people who have taken care of this land for thousands of years. We have a resolution before us that we, the council of the corporation of the township of Brunel and Dawkin Raglan, adopt the agenda as submitted. Can I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councillor Quad, seconded by Councillor Banks. Any comments, questions?
No.
I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Is there any disclosure of pecuniary interests with anything on the agenda tonight?
Not I mean.
Seeing none. Mayor's address. Okay, in the month of August, I attended 5 meetings and the opening for the Four Seasons Park. It was a great day. The health committee meeting in August in the county was held at Miramichi Lodge. And we got to tour the facility, nice facility. And they took us through the section where they have the butterfly program that they use for dementia people. What an amazing program, you know, and they're planning on bringing it into the Boncher Manor, you know, also. So it's a great program. And other than that, it was regular meetings and whatever. So I'd like to welcome everybody to our meeting tonight. We have a delegation from Reginald Ball, the Arch Community, get a seat up there somewhere. Just pull a chair up beside Kevin there.
Okay. I have a cottage on 268 Hall Lane in Brunel. I've been there for 4 to 5 years. And a neighbor tore down the whole cottage garage and built a new one. And then he was going to build it on 4 feet from the property line. And I approached him and he said, he was the old inspector, Mike, or whatever his name was, said, okay. But I said no, so I phoned the township, and here the new inspector came down. And he made it move it 10 feet. But he left the old foundation there. And he raised the existing ground up to 3 feet. And it's above our ground, so we get all the water coming into our property, and like into our backyard where we can cut our grass. And then he just put big Gabion stones right up to the property line and diverts the water onto our property. And that will be the 10-foot easement, right? So he doesn't want to do nothing about it. So here I am. And I've got pictures of the old cottage and the work he's done all through it.
Yeah. Have you talked to Eddie about this? Anybody?
I actually phoned them in August.
Yeah.
I was talking to the secretary and she let me know for him to call me back on what matter. He never phoned.
Okay.
And last time I talked to him was in May. And he guaranteed me if while he was doing the final inspection, he was going to look into the matter.
Okay.
But he never did. He never got in touch with me. Actually, he was in 2 weeks ago to see my neighbor, and I tried to stop him on the road. I was just coming in from the dump. He wouldn't stop. He just kept on going. So.
Okay, so. No one's talked to Eddie about this thing? Here and staff.
That he's aware of the situation.
Is it? And is he going to be provide comment? He will provide comment, okay. So when will that happen? When do you know when he's gonna come in? Okay,
Shortly,
okay, so we'll be in touch with Reggie, or what's the process gonna be?
I think when we get a comment from them, then we'll be in touch.
Okay,
Cause I don't know if you did the final inspection on the
yeah,
new premises or not.
yeah. Well, apparently he's aware of it and he's working on it and he'll be in touch with you,
Okay,
so.
that's be it.
Yeah, we'll wait and see
Yeah,
what.
see what happens, and usual phone or red or phone or whatever.
They have, he's have his phone number now.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, I've got a lot more pictures, so if you wanna look at them or.
Okay. You can tell them,
Yeah.
well,
Okay.
you know,
Yeah,
to.
have them, problems. You wanna look at them, or is it, want to look at them, or?
If he's more familiar with them.
Yeah, and he'll be out there and do on site and if he wants the pictures, he'll let you know.
Yeah, okay, but do you have my Ottawa number, because we're not there all the time.
What is it?
Do you have it, you wanna write it down? Then you're not. It's on the delegation.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Works report, I read the works report.
August was pretty hard again, to the communities and also the open house at the Hoggle Rec.
Yeah. Yeah, we had about 20 people out. And only 2 of them were landowners.
Yeah.
That was okay. Okay, we have a resolution before us to adopt our minutes. It reads that we, the council of the corporation of the township of Brunel, Lindau and Raglan, hereby adopt the minutes of the regular council meeting of August the 7th, 2024, as presented. Could I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councillor Caulfield, seconded by Councillor Keller. Any comments, questions? I'll call to the vote. All those in favor? Opposed? None. Motion's carried. Okay, so we'll move on to, we have an RFP. Over resolution. Deputy Council of the Corporation of the Township of Brunel, Lindau and Raglan hereby accept the RFP submitted by Sickler Grinding in the amount of 19,500 for construction, demolition, and bulky waste processing. Could I get a word for that, please? Recommend. Councillor Caulfield, seconded by Councillor Claude. Any comments, questions?
How does that compare to last year's price? That is up a little bit from last year's price, and I can explain that. So just to start off, we did receive 2 tenders, one from Sittler Grinding, one from Natcor Environmental. In the past 2 years, Natcor has done our grinding for us. That lower price, last year was, what was it? 17. This year they came in at 15.5. These guys are 19.5. However, Natcor is not meeting their specifications for size. They only provide a slow speed grinding. And material coming out of the grinder is over 6 inches, which doesn't meet our specifications.
What are we trying to grind down to, how small?
6 inches longer.
So 600.
Yeah, 6 and under. So that requires a high speed grinding, and the only one that submitted that was Sittler. So that was the reason why I went with that.
Out of curiosity, how's that Packard working?
Working there. Okay. They've had a minor issue with it, but we're working on that. Fuel issue, but they're good. The market rate gas. Go back and there, you know. It's, I mean, it's
Gonna do what you figured it was gonna do?
oh, it's a big difference, huge difference.
That's good.
We're also not getting as much stuff flying around, so it's garbage, so.
Now, is that why you want everything ground down to 6 inches?
No, this is our bulky materials or waste, they're demolition.
Oh, okay.
So there's a large piece of them.
No, I just thought maybe you wanted it so back down better.
I don't know, we have to reduce its size so we can use it for cover.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, if it's larger, you can't use it for that.
Oh, okay.
And it's been, the last couple of years, it's been only 2 quarts or what you want to use it for.
Okay.
So that's what we have.
Does the same grinder do the brush and stuff as well?
Yes, they will put brush in it. So that's, we have been doing that the last couple of years. So,
That's what I've seen in other sites, they kind of combine the two.
Yeah.
And they grinder, some of the sites grinder down to be.
oh, it's.
Yeah.
Like,
It's like mulch, some of them are, it's like mulch, right? Chips.
that's what we're after, right? Because essentially we're using it for top cover.
Yeah.
And we don't want big chunks in it, be going around and they're loose on top, right? So this is something a lot of. So that's that, it's our obligation at least once a year to clean that pile up. So
Yeah,
it's an annual thing that gets the data.
So when they go to do,
They have until the middle of November to finish it, so,
okay.
yeah.
They would run through that pretty quickly.
Yeah, a couple of days usually, package it up pretty quick.
okay, so any other questions or comments?
No, yeah.
I'll call for the vote, all those in favor,
Yes.
opposed, none, the motion is carried. We have another RFP for winter sand, and the resolution reads. Shall we, the council, the corporation, the township of Brunel and Dock. And Raglan hereby reject the RFP submitted by RG Cloutier Construction for the supply of winter sand. Can I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councilor Keller, seconded by Councilor Clark. Okay, so you have a explanation, you threw me off. Normally we accept, not reject.
I'm sorry, yes, so I do have an explanation for that, so we did receive one tender for winter sand. Only one. We've seen a 33% increase over last year's price, so $5 a ton more.
Wow.
Talking with the pit owner, his prices never change. So there's a increase in the production and trucking. And I don't think it's financially reasonable for us to pay that extra, but I think we can source out the screening and truck it ourselves. So that's what I'm working on right now. I've contacted a few companies so far. I'm gonna put feelers out for food chains as well, if they don't tender or hold on and see what we get. And I think we'll truck it ourselves and stack it ourselves. So at this point, it's to pay that much for trucking and something we can.
So out of curiosity, can we know the price? What was submitted or,
Yeah, so.
and for how many tons?
So I knocked it back 500 ton because we had quite a bit left over from last year. Yeah. So I'll give you a quick fact sheet. We did increase our budget by 10% in anticipation that this was gonna happen. We also another 12% for salt, so in total, the budget went up 22+%. And we're still over budget by roughly $30,000. So total price came in without tax, 114,500, and that was the 5,000 ton.
Do you think it's because maybe there was no competition?
That's possible too. The other thing that I got thinking of is the county is not taking any this year. Wasco Valley is not taking any this year, and that's. We usually split on the screening, right? So
Yeah.
now. We're making up for ourselves. I think that's what it's in.
Yeah.
Why are they taking it instead?
They haven't come up from last year yet.
Oh, okay.
There really hasn't been a huge increase in fuel. So the explanation for the $5.
If anything, fuels come down, especially diesel,
It hasn't come down.
because I noticed that at the pump when I fill up my truck, diesel fuels come down.
So that's where we're at with that. I don't think that is. We're that much over budget, 30,000 over budget. It's not something I want to.
No.
I think we can do better.
Yeah,
So,
okay, any other questions or comments? I'll call for the vote, all those in favor?
Yes,
Opposed, none, the motion is carried. Okay, we have another resolution here to deal with livestock elements. Resolution reads, the council for the corporation of the township of Brunel and Dock and Raglan hereby directs staff to advertise for 2 positions as livestock values for the township of Brunel and Dock and Raglan. To get a mover for that, please. Second, moved by Councilor Capel, seconded by Councilor Banks. And we have a staff report.
So due to the recent passing of David Smallpiece, we do have a vacant position in our livestock valuer. Would just like the council's permission to go ahead and advertise for 2 positions as livestock valuer. It is an on-call position, so it's not an hourly rate we'll be putting out. And the reason for 2 is that if one were to need a valuer, we would have to outsource to another municipality at minimum cost. So if we had 2 available, they would support each other.
Got it.
We like to advertise, interview, and have an appointment at the next meeting.
Yeah, it's a legislated position that we have to provide, so.
Yeah.
Any other questions, comments? Okay, I will call for the vote, all those in favor?
yes,
Opposed, none. The motion is carried. Okay, next. Thing is a resolution that council for the corporation of the township of Brunel and Dock and Raglan hereby approves the hosting of a Christmas dinner and awards banquet at the BLR Community Center of staff, volunteers, and immediate family, and further direct staff to organize this event. Could I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councilor Keller, seconded by Councilor Todd. And we have a staff report. That's it again.
So at our last fire administration meeting, we approached the topic of doing a Christmas dinner to hand over our long service awards. And it was brought up by another member of the fire department that maybe we could ask council to help support this and include the township as well. Also recognizing 2 former recent retirees of the township, and it's been a long time since this has been done. Just asking.
Yeah. Okay, comments, questions?
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
yeah, that's all I can say, sounds like a good idea.
Well, I think it's an appreciation
Yeah.
for staff.
Yeah,
No, it should be, it's always nice to do something to acknowledge everyone.
volunteers.
Volunteers, and also we have those 2 fellows that retired that we never, you know, they were both here over 40 years, you know, they've done nothing, so I think it would be nice if we could roll
Bring
that.
it all together, yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be a nice evening.
And do you have a date for it?
December 7th.
And that's a Saturday?
The here is also from the primary, so supporting the local as well.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay, I will call for the vote then, all those in favor?
Yes.
Opposed, none, the motion is carried. To read a resolution for correspondence that we, the council of the corporation of the township of Brunel and Dock and Raglan hereby accept the correspondence as circulated. Can I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councilor Banks, seconded by Councilor Todd. And so is there any correspondence there that anyone would like pulled out to respond to?
Yeah, 10-3 about the cell towers. Like, what's happening with them?
they're working on it, that's, you know, like,
Well,
it's just, it's supposed to be 2025.
2025, right, for us,
yeah, but you look at it, they're supposed to put one across from Glen Whitkeys. Doesn't look like they're doing anything there. They're supposed to put one across from, where, Dave Whitkey lives. I haven't seen no movement there either.
There's nothing happening anywhere too much of it.
Back 4 and 5, they'll put up some.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, what about the one out there, a little lighter than they were supposed to put up? Somebody said there's nothing moving out there.
Yeah.
Well, they don't-
At this point, it's in Rogers and the cell tower's
Yeah.
hands, there's nothing we can do to push them on, they have a deadline by the end of 2025. And that's their deadline,
it's kind of a mandate, right?
what they do until then is up to them.
Cause I think the one up here is,
It's up, so it's not live and
It's not live.
The one on Boardman Hill, I believe the one on Roachford has been live and up,
Okay,
so it's coming.
it's coming. Oh, it's
yeah. I haven't heard of anything happening really anywhere. You know, not just us, that's being, it's slow everywhere.
Yeah.
So. Anything else?
Do you want that brought back, you said?
I was looking at.
I don't think it's gonna.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it's, we're in the plan.
Yes.
yeah.
This is her.
No, I was just wondering what was happening, you know, it's,
That's a, is that a
We
provincial
haven't had a
or federal
report
program?
from
I think that's a federal
That's
program.
federal, right? Is it a federal, is that federal or provincial?
That's federal, I think.
Program.
Federal,
So they'll look, Rogers will push hard to hit their target because of the funding.
Yeah,
They won't want to lose the funding, so you'll probably see the big push
well,
in
there's
25.
there was municipal money in that too, right? I mean, the county,
there's county money.
Right.
county money there, I think there was $1 million. And
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
But the big money comes from the
But
Fed,
yeah,
so.
the Fed, and actually, there was a lot, I think
Province,
that time there's just some private investment within that
Okay.
too, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah,
It'd be nice to know where our shortages were in the immigrant nominee program. I'd love to know what the skill set is and then what the province is doing to train our own people, not just talk about the nominee program, right? To bring in immigrants,
Yeah,
because it'd be nice to know, you know, what the opportunity is for people to study if we're lacking in an area.
yeah,
It'd be nice, and I was reading through that thing and I wish they would give that information because. You know, there's an opportunity for people to study,
yeah,
you know, there's a gap, study and there's a career for people.
yeah,
It's great to have an immigrant nominee program and bring people into the country, I'm not against that at all, but. It's an opportunity for our own, the people that are already here
yeah.
to study and for schools to offer programs. If someone knew
And if you actually.
what the gap was,
Where those shortages
Yeah.
were, right?
Yeah.
because it doesn't tell you that.
No, exactly.
Well, the shortage is really is all the skill traits, really. You know, you talk to anybody, you know, in a few years, there's not gonna be any skill, well, I mean, look at our shop. Next year, there's about 8 of us going, we're not gonna stick around.
It's not just skilled trades, it's,
Well, no, but I
it's
mean,
everything, that's
Yeah.
their doctors and nurses.
well, yeah, but it's,
it's everything.
you know,
Okay, so anything else to deal with correspondence?
Sorry, is 10.1 to be brought back then, or that was just a comment?
Just more of a comment from me saying.
Yeah,
I
we
wish we
could,
could-
maybe try and get a report, like, from.
I'm not sure.
Ontario. Yeah, like.
I'm not sure who I could ask or we could ask, but I'm not even sure at the county level, if they would know.
Yeah, probably, not.
It was just more of a comment.
yeah. Okay, so then I'll call for the vote, all those in favor? Opposed, none, the motion is carried. So we have some, support resolutions for support from our last meeting. The first one is, be it resolved that the council for the corporation of the township of Brunel and Docking Island supports a letter received from the township of Otonabee, South Monaghan regarding calling upon all levels of governments to enact regulations for the importation, sales, storage, and use of non-OEM or ULC certified lithium-ion batteries. And that this resolution be sent to MP Cheryl Gallen and all Ontario municipalities. Can I get a mover for that, please? Councilor Quad, seconded by Councilor Banks. Any comments or questions? Call for the vote. All those in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? Motion carried. Another one, be it resolved that the council of the corporation of the township of Brunel, Lindorf, and Raglan does hereby endorse a letter from the municipality of Tweed and request the government to immediately implement sustainable funding for small rural municipalities by reabsorbing the costs of the Ontario Provincial Police Force back into the provincial budget with no cost recovered to municipalities. And furthermore, that a copy of the resolution be circulated to Premier Doug Ford, Minister of the Solicitor General, Minister of Finance, the Association of Municipalities of Ontario, and all municipalities in Ontario. We get a word for that, please. Councilor Banks, seconded by Councilor Quad. All those in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? And this information on the side of that, I had a call from the OPP in Killaloe yesterday. The amalgamation of the Killaloe catchment with the Upper Ottawa Valley OPP will be complete and effective starting Monday. So there will be no detachment commander in Killaloe anymore. It'll be handed out of the Upper Ottawa Valley. The Killaloe detachment, however, will still be there, still be staffed.
It'll be still satellite, right?
Yeah, we're just the satellite, but if we have any issues, we'll have to deal with the head office, so. I asked them how that was going to work for our community policing boards, and they said that, they will still have the one for here and the one for there. And the reason there hasn't been any meetings yet is that they're having, well, first of all, the tests. Yeah. Not everybody's completed their tests, and they're having an issue with the government with insurance for them. So I guess that's the biggest stickler at the moment. So, yeah. Okay. So we'll move on. Another resolution from the last council meeting. Whereas the state of healthcare in Ontario is in crisis with 2.3 million Ontarians lacking access to a family doctor, emergency room closures across the province, patients being derostered, and 40% of family doctors considering retirement over the next 5 years. And where it is becoming increasingly challenged to attract and retain an adequate healthcare workforce throughout the health sector across Ontario. And whereas the Northern Ontario School of Medicine University says communities in Northern Ontario short more than 350 physicians, including more than 200 family doctors, and half of the physicians working in Northern Ontario expect to retire in the next 5 years. Whereas Ontario municipal governments play an integral role in healthcare system through responsibilities in public health, long-term care, and paramedicine. Excuse me. Whereas Ontario municipal governments play an integral. Okay, I read that one. Whereas the percentage of family physicians practicing comprehensive family medicine has declined from 77 in 2008 to 65% in 2022. And whereas per capita healthcare spending in Ontario is the lowest of all provinces in Canada. And whereas a robust workforce developed through provincial sector-wide health human resources strategy will significantly improve access to health services across the province. Now therefore be it resolved that the Council of the Corporation of the Township of Brunel, Lindorf, and Raglan urge the province of Ontario to recognize a physician shortage in the county of Brantford and Ontario to fund healthcare appropriately and ensure every Ontarian has access to physician care. We get a move for that, please. Councilor Quad, seconded by Councilor Miller. Any comments, questions? On the call for the vote, then all in favor?
Yes.
Opposed, none, motion is carried. This was a big topic of discussion we had at council, and they were encouraging all municipalities to definitely support this at our local councils. Another resolution, whereas council for the corporation, the township of Broomell and Raglan received correspondence from the Ontario Forest Industries Association dated June 19, 2024, regarding immediate action needed to support Ontario's forest sector. Now therefore be it resolved that the council of the corporation of the township of Broomell and Raglan does hereby receive and support the correspondence dated June 19, 2024, from the Ontario Forest Industries Association, and urges the Ontario government support all measures targeting the immediate challenges the Ontario forest sector faces. Can I get a mover for that, please? Councillor Colors, I think that Councillor Banks. Any comments, questions? Okay, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Yes.
Opposed? None, the motion is carried. Okay. We have resolution here for financial. That we, the council of the corporation of the township of Broomell, Lindop and Raglan, accept the year-to-date budget variance and the monthly expenses summary as presented. Can I get a motion or a mover for that? I'm giving Councillor Coppa, seconded by Councillor Banks. Any comments, questions? Everyone's reviewed that. Being there, the staff sees as an issue at this point. Think so? Overall, looks good. Yeah. Okay, we'll call for the vote. All those in favor? Opposed, the motion is carried. Okay, bylaws. We have a resolution here that we, the council of the corporation of the township of Broomell, Lindop and Raglan, hereby adopts bylaw 2024-32, being a bylaw to authorize the entering into an encroachment agreement between the corporation of the township of Broomell, Lindop and Raglan and Mervyn Ernest Licky, having been introduced and read the first, second, and third time and finally passed. Could I get a over to that, please? That's Councillor Coppa, seconded by Councillor Clark. Any comments, questions, concerns? Well, that's for this road lands up here when the septic is located there.
Yeah.
That they're allowed to have it there.
It's a condition of the settings application.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor?
Yep.
Opposed? The motion is carried. We have another municipal bylaw. That we, the council for the corporation of the township of Broomell, Lindop and Raglan, adopts bylaw number 2024-33, being a bylaw to adopt the municipal road construction minimum standards policy, having been introduced and read the first, second, and third time and finally passed. Can I get a mover for that, please? By Councilor Clark, seconded by Councilor Quad. Any comments, questions?
It's something we've needed for a while, to have a standard.
Yeah.
We get a lot of questions when it comes to private roads and upgrades to roads, college roads, stuff like that. That's something we produce and back up on, not only for the public, but for us to fall back on standard that all our roads get the same treatment.
Yeah. Okay, I'll call for the vote. All those in favor? Opposed? None, the motion is carried. We have another bylaw that we cancel the corporation, the township of Broomell, Lindop and Raglan, hereby adopts bylaw number 2024-34, being a bylaw to regulate the establishing of entrances to township roads having been introduced and read for a second and third time, and finally passed. Can I get a mover for that, please? Councillor Coppa, second by Councillor Keller. Okay, any comments, questions?
Yeah, somebody phoned there today about the entrance there on one of Herbie Lipke's property. Seems to me that when they did the ditching along there, they took out an entrance.
And that's for discussion later in the meeting,
Later on,
later in the meeting.
okay? Because that should be put back in place.
That's up for discussion later in the meeting.
Okay?
So I'm just curious, with the entrance permits, and then we have kind of like three different types of entrances. And, was this kind of a copy of another
I
municipality?
looked at a few different municipalities and a lot of them are structured the same.
Okay,
And tweaked a little bit, took some stuff out that wouldn't apply to us.
okay, so I guess my concern is with the logging, the type of entrance.
Yeah, so
Okay.
logging or a temporary entrance.
Have we had problems with those entrances?
No problem. No huge problem, I'd say, but
Okay,
it's just something to back us up.
so my concern is, page 3. So a logging entrance permit must be obtained as no person shall use an existing residential farm entrance. Okay, not for removal logs. Unless a permit has been issued, and if they want it for a temporary use of an existing entrance, they need a permit, which is $50.
So for a temporary one, we're just looking for the deposit, so if there's any damages after it's removed, then we have something to fix the damage with, we wouldn't be charging the permit fee for any entrance,
So.
unless it remains as a permanent stable.
So say some guy draws 2 loads of logs at their entrance, do they have to get a permit?
It was a big volume operation, we're gonna be there for a couple of months, so whatever.
So you're looking more at the commercial side of things.
We're not gonna be looking for paperwork for somebody to have a couple of those logs in their yard or their. No, but somebody setting up, like I said, for a couple of months, so you're in operation, they're going multiple loads, and
Yeah. Okay.
stockpiling along roads and stuff like that, and yeah. We'd like that to talk.
Yeah.
Know what's going on.
Yeah, I haven't, yeah.
We have an issue with some on Nottingham Road. And
Oh, okay,
kind of why I left that piece in there,
okay.
so.
So Jordan, passing these bylaws tonight, specifically this one, maybe even this one. Does it affect anything that's happening about what you have mentioned?
It shouldn't. And I can explain that out.
Okay,
Well, yeah, because I don't wanna pass,
yeah, I know, but
I don't wanna pass a bylaw where somebody's not gonna get their entrance put back in.
That would be pre-existing.
Okay,
That's anything from today forward.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
it's-
you can't pass bylaws to make them retroactive.
No, exactly.
okay. That's what I thought too.
Yeah.
Cause I had a little incident with Ontario Hydro one time, actually on Cedar Grove Road. They weren't gonna put my entrance back in, and I said, well, I'll see about that, I'll have my lawyer contact you. Oh, you just put 2 pickets where you want your entrance put back, and we'll put the gravel there. Within a week, the road was put back in.
okay, so this is another one.
Okay, so anything else about that?
No,
Okay, I'll call for the vote, all those in favor,
yes,
opposed? Motion is carried. Okay, we have another bylaw and the resolution. That we, the council of the corporation of Township of Blue Island, Doggy Islands, hereby adopts bylaw 2024-35 being bylaw to adopt policies and procedures governing the procurement of goods and services having been introduced and read for second and third time and finally passed. Can I get a mover for that? Moved by Council Papa, seconded by Council Banks. Make any comments, questions?
We needed an updated one.
Oh, yes. So is this in line with our neighboring municipalities?
Yes.
Okay.
It's actually, it's 22 to 23 municipalities.
Yes. Yeah. So then, 25,000 in the garden then. So is there any other questions? From council regarding this?
What do you think, sir?
I think it's pretty.
Part 4, numbers 1 to 4 is basically the only thing that's changed much from our previous bylaw, which is from 2004.
Yeah. So it's. Yeah, it's just our amounts were really updated. And it's, like reading more today in the paper about when you're like. They didn't follow bylaws. There's gotta be as well there before this is.
Yeah.
Okay, so any other questions, comments? I'll call for the vote, all those in favor. Opposed, none, the motion is carried. We have another bylaw. That the council for the corporation of the township of Brunel and Dock and Raglan hereby adopt bylaw 2024-36, being a bylaw to provide for the closing and stopping of part of the original allowance for road along the shore of Laurel Lake line in front of Park Line concession line in the geographic township of Brunel, and for the transfer thereof to the owner of the abutting land, having been introduced and read for a second and third time.
No.
First and second. Okay. First and second. Oh, sorry, first and second, third's later. Okay, can I get a mover for that, please? By Councillor Keller, seconded by Councillor Banks. Any comments, questions? I'll call for the vote. All those in favor? Opposed? None, the motion is carried. So is that, well, we have the public meeting in September?
There's no public meeting for shoreline. The third meeting will be in October. It allows me the time to advertise in the papers for 2 consecutive weeks, being 30 days prior to the last meeting.
But we need a public meeting.
No, that's
No?
for zoning amendment.
Oh, okay. Yeah, got the mix. Okay, so we'll move on here. And then we, the council for corporation, the township of Brunel and Dock and Raglan, to control session pursuant to the municipal law 2011, section 239, sub 2. Excuse me. Yeah. For the purposes of subsection A, the security of property of the municipality or local board. 3 items under subsection B regarding personnel matters of an identifiable individual, including municipal or local board employees. Subsection E, litigation or potential litigation, including matters before administrative tribunals affecting the municipality or local board. And subsection F, advice that is subject to solicitor-client privilege, including communications necessary for that purpose. Can I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councilman Papa, seconded by Councilor Banks. All those in favor? Motion is carried. Okay. We have a resolution before us. The council comes out of the closed session at 8:46 p.m. Can I get a mover for that, please? Moved by Councilor Banks, seconded by Councilor Clark. All those in favor? Welcome back to our open session of council. In the closed session, council received information regarding the security of municipal property, 3 issues regarding 3 identifiable individuals, 1 issue regarding litigation or potential litigation, and 1 item where we received legal advice. And we have 1 resolution, that the council. Oh, sorry. We have a resolution, we do have a resolution for the, confirmatory bylaw. That we, the council of the corporation of the township of Brunel and Ogden Raglan hereby adopts bylaw 24-37 being a bylaw to confirm the proceedings of the September 4th, 2024 regular meeting of council having been introduced and read first, second, and third time. And finally passed. Can you get a mover to that, please? Moved by Councilor Teller, seconded by Councilor Banks. Any comments, questions? I'll call for the vote. All those in favor? Opposed? None. The motion is carried. And the final resolution that this meeting adjourns at 8:47 p.m. moved by Councilor.